All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, rule well. Honors and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. The name of this lesson is going to be entitled, America Shall Be Destroyed in 1 Hour.
Okay. Jeremiah 30:7. And it states, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Right. Because the Lord said he's going to bring the third part through the fire. All right. So you have Jacob's trouble, the things leading up to America being destroyed, but also America being destroyed itself.
Okay.
All right. It's part of that time.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next scripture, Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right. All right. So you have the hour of temptation, which, like I said, that's the time of Jacob's trouble. Mm-hmm. All right. And the main thing that's speaking about that temptation or that deals with temptation is that chip. Okay. Mm-hmm. But along with that, dealing with that time, that's the destruction of America, all right? Because that nuclear destruction of World War III is going to be taking place all over the planet, okay? But America is that main place is going to be destroyed, all right?
Revelation 13:14. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right. The image of the beast is this European system, this American and European system, which is basically a replica of ancient Rome. Okay, go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. You know, so if you don't accept America's policies, all right, America's democracy, you know, what do? They bomb you. Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead.
And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. And
that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right,
which that mark, the word mark in the Greek is charagma, which means to engrave, all right, or to cut. That's the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, all right, a cutting in the flesh. Go ahead.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Right.
That's going into like the UPC code, man. Because like the brother is saying, hey, Jacob, the nation of Israel is going to be going through Jacob's trouble, but at the same time, the entire world is going to be tried as well, man. The same stuff that we're going through, y'all going to have to go through it. The race wars, the famines,
right.
You know, basically, if you're willing to take the chip or not, and it doesn't matter if you're outside the nation of Israel, but at the same time frame, that condition is going to be placed on you, whether you're going to receive the mark or not.
Right, because that's why it's the new world order. It's just, you know, they want control of the whole world.
Okay.
You know, a one world government.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, I got a quick one since you said
that. Apostle, you hold it?
I got a couple once y'all got.
Go ahead, bro.
All right. This is book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. It says, For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonders and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs.
Okay. So that's how you know the time that we're living in, you know? So all that is in the world have a beginning and an end. So this is the end of Esau's system, all right? The end of his age, all right?
Got another one. This is 2nd Ezra 4:37. By measure had he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
You want to expound?
Yeah, so basically everything has to be fulfilled before Yahweh Shemashah does something, because basically he cannot break his word. So at the end of the day, if he states that prophecies has to be fulfilled prior to Yahweh coming, then that's what it is. We just have to be patient and wait for the arrival of Yahweh and pray that we are the elect.
Yep, that we're counted worthy to escape all these things. You know?
I got a couple more. This is our 2 Ezra 2:13. Go, and you shall receive. Pray for few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
Yeah, pray for a few days unto you. So the time is speeding up. All right? You know, and going back to the title of this lesson, this place is going to be out of here in 1 hour. You know, that's a short work. The Lord is going to make a short work of Babylon the Great.
That's right.
It says, "Take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces, and created the good. For I live, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai."
And what's the evil? This Edomite rulership, man. This kingdom, this present kingdom, is going to be broken into pieces. All right, and then that righteous rulership is going to come upon the earth. And who is that? Beginning with Yahweh Shai. Right, just to match the apostle, Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know, and that's why you see the time frame, the days move so fast, man. You know, you wake up in the morning, you report to work at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then before you know it, it's time to go. You know, it's time to go home, or you just leave camp on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and next thing you know, it's that following week you're about to hold camp again, man. This is done for the elect's sake.
That's
all
right.
right, go ahead, bro.
This Mark 13:30. Verily I say unto you that this generation should not pass till all these things be done. Heaven and earth should pass away, but my words should not pass away.
You want to expound on that, bro?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, America will be destroyed in 1 hour. And you look at the horizontal width of America, it says 2,680 miles. And the vertical length is 1,582 miles. So that's a pretty vast land for 1 hour to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that shows you the power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. He's going to take this vast land down within 1 hour.
Yep. Which is going to magnify his name and his son's name. Apostle, you have something else?
One more. Ecclesiastes 36:6. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Make the time short. Remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say there is none other but we.
That's what the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is about to do. Okay? You different kings of the earth, you elite, you're going to be smashed. All right? Your kingdom is going down and you're going to slavery. All right? And I had a quick scripture. Go ahead, bro. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will Yahweh make upon the earth.
Right. And this destruction, this righteous indignation is going to be a short work, man. And who is he? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because basically he is the director of this movie, man.
God.
All right. This is Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
God. And that angel is Yahweh Shai.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
Right, so America has been destroyed. It's been destroyed. All right, and nothing but desert creatures live in America now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the whole of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, desert birds, buzzards, you know, rattlesnakes, all right, you name it.
Those, what you call it, those dragons, I forgot
You
the
get
name.
Komodo dragons?
Yeah, those Komodo dragons.
Mm-hmm.
A precept, bro. This is Revelation 13, and I start at 8. Salakia, Isaiah 34 and 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right. So it's a year of payback.
That's right.
All right. Because the Lord said how He's going to bring World War III. He's going to bring you nations down in the valley of Jehoshaphat and turn you one against another because of what you did to us.
That's right. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever.
It's going to burn for a long time.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. And you saw that with 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
You know, although the buildings came down, you know, on 9/11, but hell, you still seeing the smoke going up weeks later, though. You know. So it's not basically imaginable if this does happen. You got to think about it. It was bombs used to bring down those buildings.
Right.
And just think about the righteous indignation of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai, which are the missiles, man.
Yeah, because you basically demolishing a building. All right, from below, you got different explosives. It's not going to match what the Lord is going to do. You know, it's a similar scenario, but what you did was light in comparison to the Lord destroying this country.
God. So it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever.
And that's going to actually happen with Babylon the Great, because in the Babylon that's in the Middle East, all right, the area of Iraq, people still dwell there.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion.
So you're not going to be able to tell the beginning of America from the end of it. You know, the east from the west, you know, the Midwest, the South. All right, Go ahead.
And the stones of emptiness. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing.
Right, because no one's going to be there.
That's right. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court for owls.
Right, and I want to say it was in the movie Planet of the Apes, the first one. They showed America, in particular, I believe it was New York. They showed the Statue of Liberty, and basically it was a desert. You know, so that shows you the elite knows it's going to happen.
God.
Go ahead.
The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island. And the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate.
Right, so that's the point. That's who's going to be here. That's going to be the citizens of America. You know, nothing but desert animals, different birds and stuff, man.
And they don't need no green cards.
Right. You can't call them immigrants either, you know. Right. Illegals.
You got something, bro? All right.
I got a couple.
Go ahead.
This is this is the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 6. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment.
Yep.
Therefore the misery of man is great upon him.
Yep. And you know, you had your time. America had its length. Well, Esau had his length to rule, and now this is your end. Now it's the judgment. All right, and your misery is gonna be heavy.
God, because you build your kingdom, you know, through wickedness and a multitude of iniquity. Why? Because you break all the law, statutes, and commandments. What is sin when you break the law, statutes, and commandments? And what is iniquity? Wickedness that goes back from breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. So everything you've done on the left-hand side, basically that judgment has to be brought upon you, man. You know, and you've been in rulership for so long. Just think about how much misery you've created throughout all the earth. So therefore, when Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai brings his judgment upon you, therefore it's going to be great.
Yep.
Got another one. It's Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
Right. And under the sun is the place we call earth, okay? And basically, you know, hey, what is this scripture saying? That Israel is we are out of our rulership, man. And it goes to show you that Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah rules in the kingdom of men, man. Because basically he put a profound person such as Esau in that power seat, man. Why? Because prophecies had to be fulfilled. And just like the apostle taught us, we as a nation, beginning with the elect, had to understand righteousness and also doing evil as well. Because a judge is well balanced. In order to be a judge, you have to be able to basically judge everything from a full circle. But at the same time, you have to have experience not only in righteousness but in evil as well.
But time and chance happeneth to them all, for man also knoweth not his time.
Right. So why? And that's the reason why that goes to show you that Yahweh Shah stated that he doesn't know when Yahweh is going to send him back, man. So basically, who are you to say that the earth is going to be destroyed in the year of 2000? Okay, so basically, our spiritual fathers basically did that, but at the same time, it was through prophecy, because what it says that we supposed the day of the Lord shall come.
Right.
And
why was desire to see one day?
Right. So that had to be created to fulfill prophecy. Okay, but at the same time frame, you have people this time frame stating that he's gonna come on May the 26th, 2019 at 2:00 p.m. Man.
Yeah. They always try to give an exact, precise date.
Con.
Yep.
Con.
But just like you don't know when you're gonna die, you don't. So if a man doesn't know the day of his actual death, you don't even you wouldn't know the day your kingdom is gonna be pulled from you. You know, it's similar. You know, because your kingdom is about to die, man. You know? It
says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
The day of the Lord. You know, it's a deep in the night. Yep. Come on, you had some, Scott?
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 4:6. Set up the standard towards Zion, retire, stay not, for I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction.
Right, evil from those Russians.
That's right.
You know, in a great destruction. All right, because in the scriptures they're called the Medes. You know, Agog and Magog. All right, so this is all prophecy. You know, and this is what you push. This is what you need to have on the forefront if you call yourself a man of the Lord. All right, a man of the Lord is going to push the prophecies, because that shows that you actually have faith, you know, in Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah.
That's the standard.
I got something.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you guys move in.
Verse 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city should be laid waste without an inhabitant.
That's the lion. Now who's the lion? Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
And what's the thicket? Hey, the spiritual world, man. And he's coming back to bring great judgment upon earth, man, and rightfully so, man. You know, contrary to that Christian doctrine that he's coming to save everybody, and we all going to go up in the chariots hand in hand.
Now this is Psalm 75:5. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge.
So Esau didn't get this power seat because he was so smart. No, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah took the basis of man to show you his might, you know, and put you where you're at today, man. So it wasn't your will, it was Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah's will.
That's right. What scripture say, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked.
That's right. Given. Meaning you received that as a gift.
Yeah.
It says, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Right, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to put down Esau, and he's going to set back up the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. All right. Back in Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath for fornication.
Right, which is your democracy. You know, which essentially is witchcraft. All right, because that actually deceived the nations. They actually thought they were getting a good thing when they got that democracy. Okay, because you say it's the rule of the people, but you know, but that's the deception. That's right. Because actually you're still in control. You know, you set up puppet leaders. All right, go ahead up.
Hey, bro, and they showed you that in this latest vote. You know, when Trump went against Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Okay, so the people voted for Hillary. She won the majority vote. However, she lost the electoral vote. So that's plain. That's plain sight right there, man.
Yeah, they show it every time. They did it with Bush. You know, Obama. All right, but you know, you people, you'll never get it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right, bro. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right. Yep.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Right, and that's what the Lord is going to say to us. He's going to say that in the ancient Hebrew, all right, as He's taking us up. All right, that's the physical deliverance. Okay.
Isaiah 26:20, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee.
The chambers are the chariots. When you look the word chambers up, it means rooms. Okay. You know, it's basically those chariots is basically like a shelter, you know, from that destruction. Go ahead.
And shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
What's the indignation? That nuclear destruction.
That's right. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
Well, that's why the scriptures say how the mountains shall be melted with your blood. It's going to be a lot of dead people from this destruction. You know, the Lord he tread up the wine press.
The slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many.
That's right.
Go on.
You got something, Scott? No. Okay, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities.
But that's why, you know, the apostle had got the scripture, how the Most High measures the times, you know, and He does not move or stir it until that measure be fulfilled. You filled the cup up.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
How it says how the sins reach up to heaven. Basically, the Most High, He's continuing letting Babylon get worse and worse. Like we still think that we seeing the worst as it is now. But pretty soon we're gonna be seeing open sexual acts with homosexuals and stuff like that. Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. There's gonna be laws banned on if you're a so-called sexual now. You know what I'm saying? You so-called straight. Might be laws against that.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's gonna continue to get worse, man.
Yep. They might, you know, outlaw the Bible.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, everywhere you got laws in certain states where women can walk around without a top. You know, titties hanging out. You can't look at them, you know, or grab the shit, you know.
Yeah, they still got nude beaches too, I believe.
Yeah. And now I was reading an article, this was like last week, you know, with the artificial intelligence, how you can sleep with the dolls. Now one of the guys saying he's going to make a way that you can actually procreate with the doll.
Wow. Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that article? So I'm like the brother saying, it's going to get worse. When you think it can't get any more worse, it becomes worse.
Well, say He searches out iniquities, and accomplishes a diligent search, because Esau he's wise, but it's in wickedness. You didn't take your you know, the knowledge the Lord gave you to use it for righteousness. No, you do wickedness with it. You know, you'll create a robot, but you want to have sex with the robot.
That's right.
and things like that, man.
Back in the scripture, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Yeah, so for what America did to us, even for what America did to other nations, that's why they're gonna be paying America back. You know, this they're gonna be looking at it like, well, this is our time to get this bitch back. You know, for what she did. But see, really, the Lord is allowing all that to happen mainly because of what you did to Israel, and that's why even in the kingdom, we're gonna be paying you Edomites back for what you did to us. All right, go ahead out.
How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Right. So you pretty much think that America's gonna go on forever. America's the greatest country on earth. You know everything that you say. All right. I'm proud to be an American. I'm an American patriot. You know, I fought for this country, and you know Jakes that have not even Jakes, but you Edomites that have been in the military, and some of you Jakes too.
God.
You know,
God.
but basically for the citizens of America that take pride in this country, that worship the image of the beast. You believe in this power structure, but hey, just for that, man, that the Lord's gonna show you this place is gonna be brought down.
Hey, that's right. And hey, that showed you that pride with the Jake and Baby boy. You remember? No, Salaki Baby Driver. The second bank incident when the Jake saw them.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the Jake saw him coming out of the bank when they was trying to rob the bank. What did the military Jake do?
God.
He started shooting at him, man. He had nothing to do with that situation, man.
Yeah.
And he probably just left the VA and couldn't even get 100% service connected. They probably gave him 20%, man.
Yeah. Because what it is, you invested in this place and you don't want to see it go. But it's going to go. And if you don't come out of this place spiritually, if you don't arise and depart, like it tells you in Micah, then you're going to go with it. All right?
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yep. So that's America being brought low.
Mm-hmm. And all your philosophies goes back to Babylon as well, man. That's why you're called the daughter of the Chaldeans, man. But what you've done, you further it, and you have modified all these religions and became more evil than these past rulerships, man.
Babylon AD.
Mm-hmm. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Yep, you're being made naked. Mm-hmm. America's being exposed. All right? We're going into the history of what you did to our people, the Trail of Tears, the Devil's Punch Bowl, and it's more than that.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot of different atrocities you did to Israel, but all that's coming out now.
That's right. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Okay, and you've seen that via the prophets, man. And how is your shame being seen? Because what we do through the Spirit, we upload the messages on the internet, man, via YouTube. Mm-hmm. Okay, I would take vengeance, and I would not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Mm-hmm. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Right. Sitting the queen.
Mm-hmm.
And a perfect symbol of that is that Statue of Liberty. Because that represents Babylon the Great. Mm-hmm. So this place, you're gonna see it go out horribly. All right, America's gonna be destroyed in a dramatic fashion. Okay, go ahead up.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning. And this is back in Revelation 18:8, Salakia. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Right.
So that was talking about Jacob's trouble, and then ultimately that nuclear destruction to finish it off. All right. Death, mourning, famine. So you got famine. Coupled with that, you can have cannibalism because people don't want to die of famine. All right. So all types of crazy things. Like Brother said, people doing things in the street. If you've seen different apocalyptic type movies, like the Book of Eli, you have that movie, The Divide, The Road, and The Road is a big one that showed the people eating themselves. Cannibalism. So it's gonna be at an all-time high. And rape is gonna go up because people, they're gonna seek to escape that hard time by way of eating and sex, food and sex.
Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
So everywhere you go, you're gonna run into something evil. And basically, it's no escape. So you different people that call yourselves doomsday preppers, and you have so-called backup plans. You don't have faith. You know, and particularly you Israelites that do it. We're not worried about the heathens, but you Israelites that do it, you have no faith because, you know, you putting your trust in what you can do. Those scenarios are not going to play out the way that you think they are. Just like in that movie, The Road, that man and his son, they stumbled upon that underground bunker, which shows you the people that originally prepared that bunker, they didn't use it. They didn't get a chance to use it.
All that stuff they stored for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else got to use it.
Yep. They probably got eaten.
Yeah.
You know?
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it?
Yep, an evil day. You had something
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be like a spiritual final destination out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, Sirach 5 and 7 says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly should the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed."
Them doomsday preppers. You know, that security. It's like that man, you know, Yahushua spoke of that will build up, you know. You know, have a storehouse, you know, you got a barn, you're gonna build bigger. But you don't know, well, man don't know it's time. The Lord gonna kill you because you didn't have faith.
And also for you brothers out there that's basically know the truth and you're not doing anything about it. You're not basically benefiting the truth, man. You're tarrying, man. So basically it says make no tarry. You need to be actually doing something, man. You know, going to your camps and basically helping the camps per tights or however you do it, or actually just going behind the camp and doing what a prophet does, man. But when you know the truth and you basically do nothing for it, then basically you can be destroyed for that, man, because you knew.
Yeah. You hid your talent.
You hid your talent. Got something, Scott?
Yeah, it says, "In thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance."
And what's the day of vengeance? The day of the Lord, man. And prior to Yahushua coming, you're going to have death, such as famines. You know, people are going to be attacked by the beast, racial riots, pestilence, so on and so forth. People die from starvation.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a bad period. That's why it's called evil times, which means bad times, man.
Yeah, the worst. It says the worst time since there was a nation.
That's right.
You know, and so this is a hell of a way to you know, end the movie, so to speak. Even though, I mean, the kingdom is going to come for Israel, beginning with the elect, but the way this place is going to go out is going to be greater than any other kingdom has been taken down. You know?
Hey, Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right, the elect. Those that are written in the Lamb's Book of Life, those that are in the truth. Okay? Those are the ones that Yahushua covered first. All right? That's why, you know, when the Lord comes back, he's going to take them with him.
That's right.
All right? And they're not going to taste that second death. All right?
Jeremiah 15:1, then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
In concentration camps.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know, so, hey man, you Israelites that have shunned this truth and you put it off from day to day, this is going to happen to you. All right? Because the judgment is already set. All right? Everything just has to play out.
That's right.
You know, so your only hope is that you're a part of the elect, because if you're not, then this is going to befall you. That's why we got to hold fast or hold tight to this truth, you know? Go ahead.
Verse 3, and I will appoint over them for a kind, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Yep. It's like, you know, death, you know, those different death angels, spirits of vengeance. Hey, during that time, that's when the Lord is just going to completely let them run loose. Like the brother said, their final destination is going to basically be everywhere you look at, you know.
1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yeah, just like an old video. I wish I can remember the name, but it was like some type of marriage. You know, it was I forget where it was at, but some type of wedding or a reception. It may have been the reception, I believe. Basically, the people were partying. You know, they was, you know, getting it on, and all of a sudden the floor just fell under them.
Yeah.
You know, and then you saw people scattering, people running this way. You know, that's how it's gonna be.
The whole floor just collapsed.
Yeah, it's just caved in. You got that movie Cloverfield. You know, the one guy, basically, I guess he was gonna go to Japan and work over there, but basically, you know, before he had that happen, before he got to even leave, you know, they threw a party for him, and then all hell broke loose, man. It was a monster, you know, or monsters running rampant throughout New York. So, you know, even though that's so-called fiction or whatever, because crazy things gonna be happening. Even though that's a movie, hey, it's gonna be like that, man. All right, you know, just crazy things happening that you can't explain. People gonna see demons, you know, and the Lord got things out here that people not gonna be ready for, man. But like brother said, different beasts, you know, breaking loose and eating people. All right, because the way the Lord is gonna have this society change, man. You know, you got so many people put to death. It's gonna be ghost towns, or basically all the people in the town got hauled off to a FEMA camp. You know, so no one's gonna be there. You know, paths going over with thorns, and it showed you that in the book of Eli. You know, but you had something?
Yeah, bro.
That's what you talking about Versailles, the Waiting Hall disaster.
That might be it. Yeah.
In 2001.
Yeah, that's it.
And travail in the Greek is Strong's G 5604, pronounced as Odean, Odean, and it states intolerable anguish in a reference to the dire calamities precede the advent of the Messiah.
Yep. So those birth pains, because when he comes, that's when the baby's born. You know, when he comes, and also that nuclear destruction. All right. Because it's all gonna be happening simultaneous. All right, so 1 hour. It's gonna be fast. So even though things, they're not going slow, but they're not going as fast as we want them. In some cases, you'll see certain things on the news that'll excite you, and you'll feel like, well, this got to be the one. Like this, the event that's gonna bring it. You know, we gonna know in that time. Because when that one event happens, you may be sleeping, you may be at work, you may be shopping. When that happens, it's going to change everything. All right, suddenly. Because all they need is one thing. You know, it's going to be a group of things that's going to happen, but it's going to be that main event, that one catastrophic event that's going to change life as you know it.
That's right. Revelation 18:9. And the kings of the earth who have committed... Salaki, I'm gonna read Revelation 18:8. So therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Right, and it's not talking about the Vatican, even though the Vatican is going to be destroyed too. You know, the false prophet is going to be cast to the lake of fire.
That's right.
All right, it's talking about America.
Okay. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Yeah, you sellout kings, man. Basically, you who were actually in that seat of authority and y'all received that puppet government in your country, man.
Yeah.
You know why? Because basically you sold out and you're no longer gonna make. It's not once America is destroyed, then that you selling out, it's not gonna profit you, man, anymore.
Yeah, different nations that be attending these certain meetings, whether it be the Bilderberg meeting or whatever the case, man. You be meeting in Europe, you know, and America meets with you. All right, you're gonna be feeling sorry for this place because you know you were a part of it.
standing afar off for the fear of her torment, said, Alas, alas.
And a lot of them actually going to be in ships, and they're going to see it from afar.
That great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
1 hour, like the brother said, that shows the power of the Lord, man, to take out such a massive continent, you know.
And that's why when he comes, he will not meet thee as a man. He's coming back in an angelic like form, man. That goes to show you the power he's bringing upon earth, man.
That you never seen before.
Time. Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yeah, because Americans are consumers. That shows you this is really talking about America, and you see it more and more. Americans are consumers. That's all you do. Nothing great is made here anymore.
Time.
You know, because you had General Motors, and you had what else did you have? You had certain factories in certain places. You know, different companies that they produce certain things in America, but it's not happening anymore. You know, and then all the your greats, the great musicians are dying or died already. You know, so the Lord's he's sucking all that life out of this place, and all Americans do is just buy things now. You know,
and that's right, man. Because and you can thank your boy Bill Clinton because he signed that legislation NAFTA, which means that basically all the American companies were being sold to overseas,
Basically outsourced.
Yeah, outsourced. You know, so and he went in the format of actually Reagan, and it trickled down to Bush, and Clinton was the main one that actually got those signatures to make that happen, man. So that goes to show you that this is a puppet government, you know, and like the brother saying that, hey, basically this country left instead of actually being producers and became consumers, man. And that's why society is messed up, where Jake don't have no jobs, so on and so forth, because all the jobs are gone, man.
Yep. You seeing all these different nations coming over here, Ishmaelites and Elamites setting up shop, and basically selling to Jake, whether they're in your mall, whether they're in your convenience store, or they're just setting up just all types of different stores, and they're selling to you.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and of all dying wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble.
Yeah, because most of these different things are made overseas. Made in China, made in India, Japan, made in Spain. Just look at the labels of some of these different things. You'll see where it comes from. It's not made here. All right, a brother he had even went into it. A brother from Texas, how frankincense, showing you that America's Babylon the Great, and how frankincense was sold here. Frankincense is native to the Middle East. But the merchants sell it here.
They said 94% of American flags imported to the U.S. came from China.
That's it.
American flag.
Yeah, American flag. At least that shit should be made here, man.
Right.
American flag.
Right.
Damn.
Made in China.
Made in China, though.
Made in
Yeah.
China. Verse 13, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves.
Wait a minute. So, it said wine and oil. The best olive oil is coming from Greece or Italy. All right, or Spain. Brothers that's in the wine, they're drinking Spanish wine or French wine. And it said chariots. The main thing people talk about now is foreign cars. So cars coming from Germany, etc.
And slaves and souls of men.
Yep, slaves and souls of men in America. So that shows that America has everyone in slavery. But see, the main people we're concerned with is how you have us in slavery, the Israelites. But that shows that it never changed for us. We're not worried about you Edomites that lost your so-called rights to the elites. Fuck you. You're just a two-time loser. All right?
And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. And
Right. So basically, the works of this place, the things you like to do when you like to go out, you have different outings. You couldn't wait to do this on the weekend and go to this place. That's them fruits. You know, you was looking forward to it, or your pension. You know, the payoff. You know, your 401k. Basically, the different things you would have in the society that was your reward is all gone.
And thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked it with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city?
Yeah, because it took a lot to build this country up.
Okay.
You know, you see all the different buildings and all the bridges and everything that they built, and the society buildings and all that. Overnight, it's going to be blown up in an hour.
Yeah.
And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate.
Yep. 1 hour, that short amount of time, everything's gonna be gone. Like the apostle said, it took you so many hundreds of years to build all these different things up, but then all of a sudden the Lord just gonna waste it completely. It's like somebody knocking down a sandcastle. You know, you probably took time to build all that. You know, build it all elaborately. Somebody just come and kick it down.
And the whole day.
Yep.
You know, you spent the whole day building that sandcastle, and right before the sun set, hey, somebody just kicked this shit over there.
Yep.
You know.
Gone.
Hey, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her.
Right. So you're gonna be singing, clapping, smiling, laughing that America got destroyed. We're not gonna be feeling bad. We're gonna be celebrating.
Revelation 21:1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
Yep. So that's in exchange, you know, that power got transferred to us. All right. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that's that new heavens and the new earth. It's the same earth, just that righteous rulership is being established.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Like pretty much, you know, we're gonna be made perfect, you know, and we're gonna be with Yahweh Shai. All right, in unison, perfect unison. Go ahead up.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
And all that pertains to Israel. No more sorrow, crying, pain, death, you know, for us. All right, there should be no more curse for us. Go ahead up.
All right. Back in Revelation 18 and 21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Right. So that mighty angel taking up a stone, that stone represents that nuclear destruction. All right, nuclear missiles. All right, and cast into the sea the people, cast it into America. All right. Go ahead.
All right. You know what? I can get that too. Revelation 17 and 15. The water. Pause. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, and peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Yeah, the waters are people. It's talking about people. Just like even yesterday, we was looking at a game. You know, it was a football game, and basically you had all these different people on the field. It looked like a sea of people. You know, the way they were moving, it looked like water. Even when people they stand up and they sit down at games, they call it a wave.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay.
Go ahead up.
Verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
It's the EU.
Come. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Yep. Now you know it's not talking about an actual woman, all right? It's talking about a country,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
All right. Back in Revelation 18 and 22. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee.
People love the music that comes from America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, American culture. People listen to the music that's made here in all countries on the earth, you know? Because that's why their frame of reference of America, you know, they basketball. They think about Michael Jordan or today LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
You know, music. Back in the day, they may have thought about Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it's Lil Wayne or somebody, you know, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But just a different, I mean, yeah, the music failed.
Yeah.
You know, this ain't music no more. You know, it was way better back in the days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what people think of. People basically follow the ways of America because American culture is everywhere. You know, McDonald's everywhere. You know, people driving cars. You know, the way people dress. You know, people acting like Jacob. You know, the way Jake act in America, people act like that all over the earth. All right, showing you this is that place talking about.
That's right.
You know, that influence
Mm-hmm.
it has.
Right, because you don't see people from other countries pretty much touring and coming over here making all that money. But you will have a person such as like a Nicki Minaj or a Jay-Z just go out there and sell out fucking globally, man.
That's it. Them tours they do.
Yeah, the tours.
Yeah, they make more money on tours than selling records because people downloading their shit now.
Like Drake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, perfect example.
Mm-hmm. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Right. So no work. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's left.
Finito.
That's it. You're finished and you're done.
Come. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee.
Yeah, it's a city of lights.
Come.
You know, when you look at America at night, you know, it'll look pretty to you. Like, you know, the skyline is late at night. You know, you looking at the city, you know, from a far away distance, you know, you see all the different lights. You know, it'll look beautiful. You know, that's letting you know that's the lights right there, man. That's how it looks.
Come.
You know?
You know what? I got a picture. I can go to my.
When you think about every major city in America, and you think about that skyline, hey, people love that. They love it. You know, for people that fly, let's say you fly a lot or whatever, you can see it, you know, from an aerial point of view. You see how the city is lit up with all those different lights.
Mm-hmm.
That's America.
Golden City.
Yeah, it's a golden city. That's the proof right there.
Mm-hmm.
I got something real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Daniel chapter 5 verse 26. This is the interpretation of the thing. Many. The Most High hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Now that was dealing with the with the Babylonian Empire, but every kingdom has a beginning and an end.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Back in Revelation 8:18 and 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be. Did I read that? So, like, let me go back to Revelation 18 and 22. And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more in all Indy, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Yeah, no more of them damn weddings. You know, which is just used to make money. All right, showing you America was just a place where people made money. Go ahead out.
For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorcerers were all nations deceived.
And those sorceries, it goes back to that wine.
Yeah, Christianity.
Yep. Oh man, they're drunk. That Jesus juice, it has everybody gone, man.
They're inebriated.
Come on, I got some.
Yep. Hey man, because America is not a Christian country, and you coming to find that out. And the real, which I don't want to say Christians, but the real followers of the Messiah are the Israelites. You got something?
Come. Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Right, because from the inception or the beginning or birth of this country, you know, it was founded off witchcraft. You know, all of the presidents were Freemasons. You know,
if so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the
right. So you tired. Basically, you keep consulting these different demons and witches, but they're not going to answer you.
Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come to pass.
Right, because you got different people that they basically so-called predicted the different events that's supposed to happen. So they'll tell you how what's going to happen. So you may, you're seeking to come up with a way to counter it, but it's not going to work.
Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
Yeah, they're going to be destroyed too.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
Yeah, because they even now, that's why a lot of these different nations, they're going back to their countries. You know, because they're seeing that this place is falling. All right.
Revelation 18 and 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth.
So the Israelites were slain in America. All right. On top of that, the actual prophets of Israel, the men of the Lord, were slain in America. But along with that, you slew everybody on the planet, because here it is, you're making war with everybody. You know, America basically had a part in every world war. Okay, and then you have other wars that America was a part of. Okay, so of all that was slain on the earth, and that just shows you how Esau is death. Okay, he brings death everywhere. Okay.
So basically, the concept of this lesson was to go in how America would be destroyed within an hour, and at the same time, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, make this video within an hour. Okay, so prior to Yahweh Shai coming back, the earth is going to be fucked up. Like I said, like we said before, through the spirit, you're going to have famines and pestilence and family members turning on each other, people eating themselves, so on and so forth. But that day of the Lord is going to come in the thief of the night. So like he stated in the book of Matthew, he's going to add more fire. So he's going to bring more destruction and death when he comes too, man. Okay?
That's right. So, hey, you people that are calling yourselves Christians and you think you believe the Bible, you don't really know the Bible. All right? The Lord, he's coming back to destroy America. He's not coming back to save everyone. The only people that can be saved are the Israelites. And as of right now, really, only the elect of Israel can receive salvation. All right? Apostle, you have anything you want to add?
pretty much it.
You know, well, with that, we hope you were edified. We want to give all praise to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua.
Yahushua. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors and blessings to the elect. Shalom.